Hello and welcome to Haven and Hearth, or welcome back, because I have done this particular game before. We are starting anew, however, because it has been a long time and there is a new world. In point of fact, there was a new world about a month ago, December 5th, but we're not going to be on the world that just launched there. That world is 16.1. Because of the way this game works, however, I've decided it's probably a better idea to do World 16, which is still up and running and quite old. Let's go ahead and just kind of start doing some stuff here, because we're gonna need. Yeah, here we go. Boop, boop, boop. So basically, this game is going to end up with. Yes, all right. So on your left hand is the female path, on the right male. So we're gonna go ahead and do this. This game is very massive multiplayer online game. And yes, there are griefers. Absolutely. Um, the thing is with the new server going, most of them will have migrated over there. So that's why we're going to do the older one. And of course, we're going to take other steps to try and, um, mitigate as much as possible. Because this series is only going to last for as long as it takes to die. Which, if I'm not griefed, is actually kind of difficult to have happen. I can get incredibly wounded and have months of recovery time, but let's see. We want to do some character customization here. I think I usually go rough cut, right? I think that might be what I'm already unkempt. No, no, definitely not. Yeah, I think I do rough cut. I kind of like doing the autumn barley. No, not the autumn barley. Golden brown? Nut pale. No. Silver brown. Blue notes? Yeah, we'll do the blue notes. Let's see. Beard style. I want. Is it neat? No, not quite. Um, I guess I'll do neat. Yeah, that's the closest to what I would prefer. I don't think I want the blue notes. Autumn barley. Apple dawn. Oh, apple dawn. There we go. Nice bright red hair. Kind of wish there was one that was actually a bit more like auburn, but this will do. All right, so we got to talk to the wizard. All right, so this game progresses very slowly. For those of you that are not familiar with Haven and Hearth, this is a very slow burn game, and at every stage, there are ways for other people to mess you up. Um, it is supposed to be a game where you kind of do community stuff. The fact that we're going it alone is not uncommon, but is also going to make things that little bit harder. All right, let's talk to the wizard. All right, select the server to play on. You see, I want main world, world 16. Currently 49 players on, 3% load, as opposed to the newer world, the alternate world, 457 players on at 22% load. So you can see right there, that's why I'm doing this. Also, because the world that we're going to be playing on is so old, a lot of the catch-up mechanics will be in play, which isn't necessarily going to make things faster because they have a different time flow on 16.1, but it will make certain things easier. Off the top of my head, it's going to make getting into farming easier because the catch-up mechanic for farming is actually really good. Um, let's see. Let's just, uh, we'll just do Brad. Brad? Brad. No, you know what? I don't want to do Brad. We'll do. Should I just use my account, my Steam account name? No. All right, you know what? We'll do the whole VME Brad thing. Yeah? Yeah, sounds good. All right. Yeah. All right, we're good there. All right, so burn in the fire is the next thing. We're not going to do that just yet because someone pointed something out to me. We can actually manage to do this. Where is my inventory? There's my inventory tab. Branch. Yeah, we can do that. All right. Stacking is now a thing. Only stacks the 4, though, on that. All right. There we go. Uh, Apparently, because I never thought about it before, but apparently you can take this stuff with you. We're going to try it right now. Because some of this stuff is very important to to get in quantity. And there's no guarantee that we are going to wind up anywhere near any pine trees. So, there we go. All right, I'm going to do that. I'm going to leave it at that for the moment. I don't need the bark off of this because the bark is bark. Let's go ahead and do the fire thing. We get the scream. The very loud, annoying scream. All right, here we are. Bang. This is our hearth fire. We can move it. There are many like it, but this one is ours. Okay. Let's see. Can I... Oh. It gave me the little thing for that should come with a pop-up, but... Okay, there we go. Pop-up. And I get 1,000 experience. Experience is important, but we will be getting much more of it than we're probably going to use. See, there are other hearth fires around. So there are other people that have spawned near here. You're burning the fire, blah, 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 blah. Okay. XP you get from those little pop-ups, which are event things. They are on timers and such. They are used when learning curiosities. I'm going to come through this. We are in autumn right now. That is not the best time to be in, but we are there. Let's pick some apples. Oh, no, see, our inventory didn't come with us. It might be the difference between the worlds then, because the person that told me about this, he went into the newer world, so that might be a difference then. Ooh, walnuts. I want walnuts. Walnuts are good, right? I think walnuts are good. Walnuts are, yeah, strength and psyche. Psyche is one of the hardest stats to level up, so getting some food for that initially is going to be good. Strength is also a good one to get anyway, so... Alright, little tutorial. We have started picking stuff up. You have heard the little do-do-do-do. That's me getting learning points because I discovered a new item. There are 2 basic ways to get learning points. Discovering new things and researching curiosities. Right here. So this is our curiosity window. It's also got all of our skills, which we only really level up by spending learning points. We will get back to that. And learning, and of course, see, it's showing our total experience points. Researching curiosities costs experience points, gives you learning points. It's pretty much the only thing that experience points are used for. So you don't need to worry about that too much. You just kind of want to keep an eye on the ratio between experience points and learning points on the individual curiosities, because some of them are bad. It's like not really worth taking. So what are you? Quince. I seem to recall quince being something I didn't need super often. We're very limited by our inventory at the moment. Okay, so we got a little quest. Let's do the quest. Check your... Oops, that's the wrong one. I wanted that one. Check your quest log, which I believe is this. Here we go. Look, I've checked my quest log. There's my quest log. Oh, I'm here. There we go. Beginning of wisdom. Quest completed. All right, so give us something to eat and drink. Shifting gear. Ways in the Wild. Now, you do not, by any means, need to do any quests you're given. At all. But they do give XP. Sometimes I've seen them give learning points. And on very rare occasion, I have seen them give items. But the quests are not complicated things. Alright, so let's see. Let's go ahead and get some of this stuff out of the way. What are these actual things? Oh, birch bark. Okay, that one is going to be... Yeah, this is the difficult one in all of this. I remember, these are just the initial little starter quests. You will get quests as you learn things, as you find up hearing whispers on the wind, and things of that nature. Lift an object, place an object, acquire a stockpilable item, run for a bit. Yeah, okay. Okay, then. Let's just kind of start poking around, seeing what we can see. Where's my map? It's over here, right? Map. Okay, so as we can see, there are some obviously man-made things here. There's going to be a bunch of these in the world. And we can take advantage of it because a bunch of people will have stopped playing a month ago. Which, you know, will allow some of the stuff to have basically freed up. Obviously, we will have to find out as we go. What is this? That's another thing with apples. Alright. So I'm just gonna kind of... Ooh, these apple qualities were actually higher than base. That's interesting. Okay, the green apples give us perception. Important. Oh, see, we just got one of those little things. It gave us 100 points for basically walking into just grass. That, I think, has a long cooldown, but we touched grass, we got XP. Look at that. Okay, so we found some birch trees right away. That's actually good, so we can get that done and not have to worry about it. All right, so we need to craft a kuksa. It's basically a little cup. I don't actually know where that name comes from. I am sure it is traditional for someone. That's... Oh, right, that's for making that. Curiosities. Cups, mugs, glasses, and goblets. Right, here we are. It takes 2. We have 2. Yay, we did it. Alright, so we just got another one of these little pop-ups. This one happens when you craft an item. Sometimes you randomly get that, and we got 125. There is a cooldown on all of those little pop-ups that is hidden. It is hidden, so you don't actually know. But, of course, people have figured it out, and a lot of this information is available online. Alright, so we got that. Let's see, there should be... no, we do not have that yet, but we are going to need the bark for it. Alright, let's see, drink some water. Do I even have... I do not even see any water around, so we'll have to get to that when we get to it. Eat something. Acquire a stat increase by eating. Okay. So, stats. Let's tutorial on stats really quick. These are our stats. These are our base attributes. They are all currently 10. Food event points, hunger level, food satiations. We're going to go through this. So, the food event points, as you can see right now, total 0 out of 10. When you hit the top of this bar, it will choose one of the attributes that you have food event points for to raise. And then the total, it resets, and the total you need for it to do it again is the same as whatever your highest stat is. So the first time this will happen, it'll go to 11, no matter what. So, ideal situation would be that you raise all of your stats together. It never works out that way, but, that is the ideal. Hunger level, say that he's 0%. We are very hungry. Food efficiency is 300%. So basically that means the food I eat is going to give 300% of the food event points that it would at base. Simple enough. Food satiations, we don't have any yet. But if you eat a lot of one food, these will go up. The percentage that it gives is how much fewer food event points it is given. So you can't just sit there and stuff your face with apples in order to get the psyche. I mean, you can, but it will get less efficient over time. Eventually, it'll hit 100%, and you can't do it. That number just goes down over time. There are ways to make it go up slower. That is a bit more advanced stuff. Basically, it's like pairing food with a drink, things like that. There are other ways to increase the efficiency of eating, mostly things like having a table and chair to sit at. Things like, silverware and cutler, basically like, and plates and a candelabra on the table and stuff like that to make, eating a better experience so that you wind up getting more food event points out of it. All kinds of complicated stuff. All right, so we still need to do a few things. I'm going to start by chipping this stone. I need at least one piece of stone. There we go. I got a stone. New discovery, stone axe. That is why I needed the stone. All right, so I'm going to take some branches. Well, at least a couple. All right, and here we go. Let's craft clothes and equipment, tools, axes. Uh-oh. Why did my... Oh, Haven error. All right, I will be right back. We will try and fix this. All right, I have restarted the client. Let's try that again. Craft. Where was he? Clothes and equipment, tools, axes, stone axe. Okay, it came up that time. As you can see, it just takes a stone, it takes a branch. Now, quality. We're going to talk about quality. The main reason you want to get your stats and your skills up is because it soft caps the quality. So we got intelligence and survival are the two. Basically, that's the stat and that's the skill that govern the soft cap for stone axe. We're at 10s all around currently, and we got a 10 quality on the branch and a 10 quality on the quartz. We should just flat get a 10 quality stone axe. And there we go. Something went wrong, however. Oh, right. We don't have 10 on survival. We have 1. Because all of our abilities started at 1. So it dragged the quality of our stone axe down to 6.6. So that is why getting those things are all important. So this wants us to learn the foraging skill. So let's take a quick peek. All right, foraging. Oh, you know what? That's not one of these. That is something else. Good time to go into lore and skills. So as you can see, available skills, foraging. That is going to cost 25 of our 1,300 learning points. Bam. There we go. Alright, so we've learned foraging, which has unlocked a bunch more stuff for us very quickly. I will mention, if you are starting out in this game and want to get yourself as safe as possible, as quick as possible, you will need farming and you will need the will to power, because having both of those unlocks a skill called yeomanry, which allows you to get a claim. All right, that's basically the way to kind of start having stuff safer. It is the first step, basically. So let's actually kind of look at that right now. Okay, 200 for will to power. Let's buy that. And we're going to need 400 for farming. Let's buy that. Now, yeomanry, bleh, is right there. 4,000. We do not have enough. We need more learning points. That is going to be a repeated phrase right there. Is we need more learning points. All right, so let's take a quick look. All right, we're not getting the beginning of farming. This part, the acquire seeds, isn't going to happen for some time. So let's pop over here. We are going to go to our quest log. That is a bunch of stuff, right? Ways of the Wild. All right, we were doing this. Equip the axe. explore further away from your hearth fire, and then hearth back. We can do that. So we've got that's our inventory equipment. All we got to do, drag it over here, pop it into our hand slot. There we go. We have that equipped. All right, so let's see. I believe we can also do, while we're at this, beginning of foraging. 1 point of perception, 3 points of exploration, a spindly taproot, stinging nettle, blueberries, chanterelles. Now you're going to need that point of perception and those 3 points of exploration in order to get this done. And those 3 points of exploration are going to pay off because it will allow us to find more things. So it is worth the 500 points to go ahead and do that. And then we are going to need to raise our perception, which is here, which I believe, yeah, we mouse over the green apple. It says it's perception +1 is the food event point it gives. Let me kind of drag this way so you guys can see a little bit easier. And it is currently giving a total of 1.07 food event points based off of the amount of hunger I have. So we're going to eat that. Look at that. All right, so the amount it actually gave us was 3.22 because our hunger level gives a food efficiency of 300%. Now see, we ate that green apple. We are now going to get 5% less from the next one. But we also got the core of the apple, which much later than now would be able to be used to make a new plant. So we're going to eat a second one. We're almost there. All right, we get one more. We should have it just fine. There we go. And we are up to 13%, so we're getting less out of these apples, but we should be fine. Right. Moving onward. We got our point of oh, it's gain 3 points of exploration. So we have 3 points, but we need one more. We don't quite have the learning points for it yet. So we're going to need to do something else. Well, hey, look, pick catkin. What is that? We're going to do exactly one. This is the seed for the birch trees. We're going to drop it. We don't need it. Not something we need. But it gave us some more learning points, which we still don't have quite enough. But that means we can do things like, oh, hey, pick seeds. Oh, hey, look, this is the seeds for the dogwood. I don't need those right now. But now we have enough. We can buy 1 more point in exploration. There we go. That got that done. Now we need the spindly taproot, the stinging nettles, blueberries, and chanterelles. All right, so let me take a quick look here at the map. I want to kind of see what this is. There's a road there. This might be abandoned. It might not. I'm going to head over that direction. Now, normally, here we go. All right, so that is this way. Normally, I would just be like, oh, hey, look, there's some blueberries on the map. I can do this. I can use the map to go pick the blueberries. I don't know. Okay, look at that. That's a something there. I'm going to pick up some more blueberries. Blueberries are actually pretty good. They are intelligence, if I remember. Yep, they are intelligence. They don't give a whole lot, but we're at this early stage. Every little bit helps. I think I can stack them. Yeah, there we go. We are very much in this. All right, so I'm going to end up doing something here. Oh, see, there's the explorer further away. It wants me to teleport back, but I want to see what this is first. Okay, here we go. Oh, it didn't give it. All right, so there is one of those little pop-ups that gives XP. There is one of them for, like, free-falling when you jump off a cliff. It obviously doesn't come up super often. Oh, hey, spindly taproot. All right, so that's a boar. We want to stay away from the boar. There's the boar. The boar is one of the few ways we can just flat out die this early. We want nothing to do with Mr. Boar. Mr. Boar keeps coming towards us, too. The boar is one of the few. The boars and bears are the only animals I can think of off the top of my head that have that chance to not stop attacking you when you go down. Oh, I should probably take this moment to talk a little bit about that. Oh, look, sorry. So this is very much abandoned. It does not look like the kind of setup I would personally want, but there might be some things here. We'll take a look at that in a moment. To start, this is our hit points. You see it says 100, 100, 100. So that is what is called our soft hit points, our hard hit points, and our total hit points. So you see the bar is fully red at the moment. The red is our soft hit points. You get in a fight, you take damage, it goes down. It starts to show yellow. Yellow is our hard hit points. If you have less soft hit points than hard hit points, you will heal back up, up to the point where the yellow bar is. Hard hit points go down by taking what are called wounds. Wounds, you can see in our little thing here. We would have some listed wounds and things of that nature if we had any wounds. Wounds take specific things to fix the specific wound. And some of them are still over time. Like if you get a concussion, it will go away over time. If you have an ice pack, however, it will make the concussion go away faster. Other things, like a deep gouge, you might need to stitch it back up or use root fill or something like that for it to have a chance to go away at all. All right, so that's basically the two categories. There are things that will not go away without assistance, and there are things that go away faster with assistance. All right, so that is a beehive. That is useful. We might grab that. What are you? Okay, you're a bench. All right, we got some barrels here. Why is that weird? Why is that weird like that? That feels like it's not. Nope. Stop doing that. That feels like it should be bigger. Oh, and we got the Haven error again. Give me just a moment. All right, let's try that again. The Steam client that I am recording on this time is good because it actually allows me to game capture, whereas the standalone only would let me screen cap, which, of course, as you understand, is a bit dangerous to do. But apparently it still has its own issues. Let's see, what is the... Can we... Okay, there we go. Alright, so that's water, quality 10. So we could finish... that's smaller amount of water, quality 10. That's not... 10 is the base, so that means this came from somewhere not terribly important. But this does mean we could take our little cup thing here, fill it, and now we could theoretically drink. Alright, so we still need Stinging Nettle and Chanterelles as far as that thing goes. Let's see what's in this box. This is a crate. There are some pipeweed seeds, some poppy seeds. I'm going to grab the poppy seeds. Yoink. This place is obviously abandoned. It has, it is pretty obvious that there were walls here and things of that nature, because some of them, these are wall bits that are still here. This has been left to decay. So that is. Oh, that's a. Oh, those are tough. Those are just really weirdly overlapping. There's the person. There's a fallen log. What do we got here? Tanning fluid. Okay, low quality. This was obviously somebody that was not very far along before they gave up. We do have some of these now. The one thing is taking something from a stockpile like this doesn't count as discovering it. That is the one real downside. What is that? Wood box. Oh, okay. Oh, those are the... Oh, yeah, I was too far out for me to really recognize what it was against the stone that's the same color. All right, what about you? What are you? Basket. You're also empty. Yes, this has also obviously been looted before, too. A bone saw. It's a low-quality bone saw, but we're going to grab that. And we are going to... Oop, did I close the... No, it's just over top of it. Yeah, it was over top of it. There it is. We're going to put you in our other hand. That will allow us to make boards from fallen logs. Excellent. The reason I grabbed that is because we're not really in much of a state to go trying to find bones at the moment. So that kind of helps us out. It obviously does not completely help us out, but oh, we can harvest whatever that is. Alright, so now that counts as acquiring seeds. I don't know what seeds that... Oh, that was hemp. That's useful. Hemp is also useful. Alright. Plant crops on plowed grounds, harvest crops. See, this is the kind of things I was talking about. I'm like, this is kind of an unintentional catch-up mechanic, but it is something that kind of allows you to catch up. Is just the, oh, look, people tried to do a thing. Okay, I'm going to grab this. Because this, I should be able to... No? No? Alright, it's not going to allow me to harvest a dream from the dream catcher. Oh, well. Oh, you know, do I have the thing for it yet? I don't know. Alright, beetroot. Beetroot is perception and charisma. Those are not hard to get. So, I'm going to leave that be. Let me actually kind of move these. This is just kind of being a thing that's bothering me. I'm going to do that. There we go. Alright. So, let's see. I know I am past my half hour. The first episode here is going to run a little long. Beyond this, I will end up doing shorter episodes, but this is all just kind of our initial get started thing. That's more walnuts. Do I want to grab more walnuts? I kind of do. But alright, so we've gone farther away. It wants us to hearth back. So, adventure. Haven and Hearth. No, that's light hearth. Oh, no, wait. Right next to it. Travel to your hearth fire. I'm probably going to put that in my hotbar. In fact, I think I will do that right now. See, there we go. Ways in the Wild. Quest completed. There was a little thing that showed how much we got. Let's, yeah, so, I don't know. Oh, yeah, no, that gave us learning points. Alright, so the initial quest here, and we just got this error again. I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. Oh, why is my thing not showing up on OBS here? Come on. Hello. Okay, there we go. Alright, so we're back again. I actually looked at the error this time. It is failing to load resources, but it always seems to be able to do it again after the fact, like, you know, after we're back. So I'm hoping that this is something that will even out over time. Alright, so we got that. What was I even looking at? I was looking at something. Or was about to look at something. I don't know, let's look at our quests. Alright. Shifting gear is lift an object. Let's see. Place object. Place a stockpile. Run for a bit. Okay. That's not too bad. That should be easy enough. Alright, let's just kind of... Oh, right. I was going to... let's see. Adventure. Haven and Hearth. I want to grab that. Put that in my 0 slot. So that I can always hearth quickly. Might be important at some point. Let's see, we want to lift. Lift is also going to be an important one. I'm going to stick that kind of on 8, just so I can do it. Alright, so, that one looks to be too big. Let's grab one of these littler boulders. You can pick the boulders up, they just have to be within a certain size range. Can I not pick that boulder up? That one might be too big as well. Well, there's some smaller ones over this way. Come on. Alright, let's try that again. There we go. I pick things up and I put them back down. It has been a while since I have played this game. Like, I haven't played since World 14? 14, I think? So, boom. There we go. Alright. Place a stockpile? Right, I could stockpile something. That becomes a question. What do I want to... Oh, I could stockpile branches. That's easy enough. Well, all right, so to stockpile, you pick it up in your little cursor like this. You right-click, and it turns into that. You can then left-click and place. There we go. I have stockpiled an item. Run for a bit. I'm going to go ahead and leave that there. That does not need to come with me. If I need one, I can grab one off of just about any of these trees. All right, so run for a bit. Is this... There's run. Okay, we're going to run. Here we go. Zoom shifting gear complete. Oh, that is a moose. Or, no, an elk. Or, that's an elk. Still, not something I particularly want to mess with. Now, running, as you can see, is faster. I will be able to do things like chase down this moth. There we go. I got that new discovery, Grub Grub. Oh, okay, so I can make Grub Grub now. All right, but as you see, it is taking down my stamina. I'm going to switch back to walking. We're going to go ahead and drink from our little cup there, and it has restored. Now, see, we got another one of these pop-ups. You drink deep and greedily and full. Yes, drinking will do that occasionally. 75. Now the cooldown on it has started, however long that cooldown is. Oh, right, these guys. Let's go ahead and pick these guys up. Here we go. All right. Grubs. Their strength. That's really all there is to it. The male silk moth. Okay, that's what it was. I'm going to go ahead and let the silk moth go. We don't need to be worrying about silk moths just yet. We'll get to that later. Alright, so let me just briefly see here. Draw some water. Oh, see, it wants me to draw water still. Okay. I think that is probably going to go ahead and just about do it for this first episode. This is enough to kind of get the idea of what's going on. Oh, hey, look. This is a waystone, or a milestone. It'll lead to one of two waystones in this case, to the northeast or to the southwest. South Lake. Well, that makes it sound like it should be going, south to get to the lake. We do need to draw water. I was about to wrap up the episode, but we can see where this takes us. Now, I'm keeping an eye on my mini-map. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and bring up my full-size map. So there's a moose over there. Or not a moose, but that's an elk. It should leave us be unless we attack it. You always got to be a little bit careful. Oh! I'm going to briefly detour, I believe, to get the ladybug. And that is what we are going to need to up our speed. We can go to sprint. Boom. All right. I got my ladybug. We're going to click that. We're going to say follow southwest. All right. The reason I went out of my way for the ladybug. Abilities. Ladybug here. As you can see, it's a curiosity. It gives that many learning points for that much XP. Mental weight 3, which mental weight is based on your intelligence stat, so it's currently 10. We can have that many in place. And after the amount of time, now that is in the game time, which flows much faster. I don't know what that particularly gives off the top of my head, but that's just one thing. Oh, I'm going to detour again because, as I said, our exploration investment is going to pay off right here. That is a dandelion. Hey, look at that. it's another curiosity, one done in only 2 hours. Now, see, the problem here is that we are getting these little 1 quality things. Higher quality means it's going to give us more learning points over the same time for the same mental weight for the same XP cost. So basically getting higher quality is better. Now our quality is hard capped by one of our stats. In this case, it's survival. We're going to want to go ahead and bump up our survival about as much as we can, which we can get to 5. Now the next thing we find, because the base, the absolute base quality of just about anything in the world is 10, that means anything we're going to find now is going to be a 5. Because until we pass 10, we don't really need to start worrying about what are we going to find, you know? Like, oh, you know, with the actual, like, little levels. Like, there's going to be this flower. Oh. Okay. Keep going. That was a poorly planned route, apparently. Alright, let's go get this flower. That should be another dandelion, which we won't be able to put in our, what's it called? Our, little study window here, because we already have one. And as you can see, yes, this one is now quality 5. It is 36 learning points. The quality 1 is 16. It goes up quick. Which is why you pretty much always want the highest quality anything you can get your hands on. Because whatever it does, it's that little bit better. So I just kind of want to make it to the lake, wherever this lake supposedly is. People do put these over a decent distance. That's a fox. We are not in a position to be fighting that yet. But at the same time, it also won't attack us. Those are elk. I'm just going to give the elk a little bit of extra room just to be safe. I think they won't attack us, you know, but better safe than sorry. Oh, look, there's another elk. There's a bunch of them. I almost never see these. I guess it's because things have been abandoned. They've been kind of respawned. Because normally people will hunt these as soon as they're able. The various meats are very good at getting stat points up. Usually the strength, which, like I said, is very important for anybody that's planning on actually having combat. Somewhere in this mess, there should be more of these mile markers. This was a very poorly optimized route. There we go, there's one. Alright, so what is that on the ground? Hold up. What are you? A cache. Oh, okay. Chestnuts, which are strength, but not very good at it. Those are acorns. Hazelnuts are perception, but also, again, not super good at it. Beech nuts, intelligence, and terrible at it. Right, okay. So somebody just kind of put a little stash of, you know, the various nuts and stuff there. That's pretty good. Alright. Yeah, in the future, things like this, where I'm just kind of wandering around, are going to be cut out. You know, but the first episode, I always try to just kind of give a sense of what real-time stuff is like on this. Now, the milestone, you know, this route says southward. Ooh, that's a... Okay. That is something we don't want to mess with. I don't know if that's a badger or a wolverine. I always get those mixed up. Both of them will kill you dead. Well, I don't know about kill you dead. I don't think those are one of the ones that will actually keep fighting you once you're down. But we do not want to fight right now. All right, and it is. Yeah, the badger and the wolverine models are basically the same with different colors. We are gonna kind of skirt around here. Okay, it is kind of going off to the side. Alright, so as I was saying, The milestone route says South Lake. Obviously, I'm heading south in the hopes that South Lake will, basically be to the south. That is the general idea there. However, it is possible that that is not going to be the case. All right, so we're going to do that, and we're going to say follow. All right, we got back to it, and we're following, and that guy's coming at us. Go a little bit quicker. We're going to burn through some of our stamina to try to get ahead so he doesn't aggro on us. Okay, good. I think we're far enough ahead. Oh, that's a bear. There was a bear on our minimap. Entering Manhong. Alright, so that is some of these, different Yan Yan Child Protective Services Chan. Okay. Yeah, there's the various kingdoms and stuff. Like I said, a lot of this game is kind of centered around grouping up and building a society. Unfortunately, it doesn't happen very much, but it is what it is supposed to be doing. I thought we were just about to the lake, but I guess not. Right, as I was saying, the other direction on this will take us wherever this person that made this is from. Or perhaps some sort of other point where... Oh, hey, there's a rabbit. Can we get the rabbit? You need the hunting skill to pick up small animals. Okay, I'm not there yet. But we can stop and pick this blueberry. Because I want some blueberries. South Lake. Let's go. There is another... Ooh, what are you? Green Contemplation. Alright, well, let's go around this and then go, hey, send me to South Lake. Now, this is the slow way of doing things. If I had found the actual, travel marker that is supposed to be at either end of this, I would be able to do it in... What is that? Oh, no. Okay, that was the combat screen. You can now see I have some yellow showing. I am considered in combat now. At least until I get, enough time away from that. And it is time-based. It is the amount of time since the last combat action. I didn't know what that was. Apparently that was like a badger hole or something. Okay, hey, here's the South Lake. Okay, so they're only required at one end. This person that made this was obviously smart. They did not put a travel marker at the other end. Otherwise, I would be able to travel back to where it is immediately. Somebody has a hearth fire here, though. All right, let's go ahead and just do our... Let's see. Let's drink that. All right, we're going to empty it so that I can refill. All right, important thing. I have it in my hand. Right-click. Put it back over your inventory. Left-click. And make sure that you do it that way. Otherwise, you're going to drop it in the river and it'll be lost forever. All right, so we finished that mission. I'm going to go ahead and poke around, kind of look for some stuff in between here. We'll come back next time, hopefully be able to do some stuff. As you can see, this dandelion has been counting down. You can see the little sliver on the ladybug and the big chunk off of the dandelion. That is basically a countdown timer, a visual countdown timer for how long is left on it. So, we'll be back next time. I am going to need to do a thumbnail of some sort. So we're going to do this. And we'll use this kind of as a base for a thumbnail. And we will see where we get from there. Alright, that is going to do it for this episode. So, until next time, have a good one.